Alrighty guys, I'm going to be working on my 2001 XJ today, and my particular problem is a busted transcooler line. It was rubbing up against my steering rack and it busted through, but if your line's rusted out or anything else is wrong with it, this is how to replace it. Now you have a return line and feed line. I'm replacing the one farther towards the front, but there's also this one back here. All you have to do to remove it is pinch in on these two tabs and it should pull right out. You'll also need to remove the screw out of this mount right here, and there's another mount up over there. And there's a mount down there that I'll have to get that I haven't yet. To make it easier to work on, I went ahead and removed my airbox. It's really simple. You just undo the tabs right there, undo your crankcase breather, and there's 3 bolts on the bottom of it. I believe they're 15 millimeter or 13 millimeter. You just take those out and the whole thing comes right out. And then the cooler line input to the radiator is down here. You're going to want to get a quick disconnect sleeve. I'll show you. I can't really show you, it's too far down there, but you put it over there and then you press this end up into it and it relieves the inner claws that hold it together, and it should pop right out. I don't know if you are able to see that, but I have the quick disconnect sleeve on there, and I need to press it into that fitting right there, and that fitting should pop right off. Alrighty, so after pressing it in there and coercing it out, I got it loose, and you should be able to just fish this whole thing out. It's pretty long. Doesn't really matter if you bend it. I'll go ahead and get it out of here. Alright, so here's the new one, here's the old one. Right down here is the damage I was talking about. That it'll focus. That steering was rubbing up against it and it eventually wore through it. So yeah, I'm gonna make sure it doesn't do that again. I'll try to give you guys a better idea of how this disconnector works. You put it over the line. It's got this break in it. Over the line, and you try to shove it into there, and it releases these teeth inside the fitting. It helps if you put a wrench over the line and use the wrench to press it in there, but you may not have to do. Alrighty, so I was having a little bit of a difficulty getting the line on right here. You have a better view of it now. You just snap it on right there. You should hear an audible snap with the teeth inside of it. It'll go over the ridge that's on that fitting. To get this fan off, it's just 2 screws that are 8 millimeter, and they are here and over here. And also the screws holding on the brake line all the way down to the back of the vehicle were also 8 millimeter. Alright, so back at the transmission side, if your the line you bought didn't come with the new one of these snap rings, and I guess this is a seal, you'll have to take the one off the old one and put it on here. Alright, so on this end and this fitting up here, there's not really an audible click you can listen for, but if you get it up in there good and you can't pull it back out, it should have a little bit of wiggle room, but if you can't pull it all the way out, it's in there good. Alright, so set your airbox back in. There's 2 bolts and a nut right there. And the rest of it's pretty self-explanatory. Get it back together, and if you want to, it's probably a good idea to screw back in all the hangers that hang up the line just so they don't wobble around, but if you don't want to, it's your truck. Alrighty, I think that about wraps it up. If you have any more questions about the install or removal, just ask it in the comments and I'll try to get back to you.